I am responsible for my immediate environment. We project ourselves into our surroundings, so every situation has its own atmosphere. As soon as a new person enters a room, the atmosphere changes, if only a little. Leaders create big changes. Their tone sets the kind of environment that others experience. It doesn't matter if you sit quietly and say nothing, your influence will still be powerful. But it can be difficult to read the effect you are having. After all, the only way that you've seen people interact all your life is with your being present. How they behave when you are subtracted from the equation is an unknown. Spiritually, the projection that a person creates is total. You are the whole situation that you find yourself in, creator of a continual mirroring effect. You can choose to accept or reject this principle, but it's not very difficult to prove it to yourself. To do that, get into the habit of comparing in here and out there. To be self aware, you must ask questions that reconnect inside and outside. The two domains are never separate, but we keep them that way through lack of awareness. Let's take a look at the four ways we shape our experience: mood, memory, expectation, and perception. Mood. Is the situation connected to my mood? At one level, we all see the world through glasses of different tints. The sunset doesn't look the same to someone who's depressed and someone who's in love. At a deeper level, the fact that you are outside looking at a sunset means that it is a part of you. Therefore, your mood not only colors the sunset, it creates it. That is, when you are depressed, you aren't looking at something beautiful and glorious without the ability to appreciate it. The sunset is depressing for you in this moment. It has no other way of being. Or think of someone you dearly love or heartily despise. When that person walks into the room, your feeling is part of her. As long as you are the observer, she takes on the quality of your mood. Memory. Is the situation connected to something from my past? Your experience of the past creates the present. This too works at several levels. Obviously, when you see someone you recognize, you draw on memory. Otherwise, the world would be full of strangers. It would also be full of strange objects. Indeed, it would be a strange world. Memory also tells you that a car isn't a painted lump of metal, but a machine that you know how to drive. All recognition is memory. At a deeper level, you cannot undo memory. You can only see it for what it is. A book is something you know how to read. You can't make yourself turn the book back into a collection of meaningless marks on a page the way it was when you were 2 months old. Expectation. Is the situation what I expected it to be? Except in rare instances, the answer is yes. Expectations precede involvement. As you get involved, your expectations guide what you think is happening. Imagine that you are about to meet a stranger. You hear that he is charming and witty. The moment before he walks into the room, however, someone whispers in our ear, "He's a well known con man." The situation suddenly changes because your expectation has been altered. At a deeper level, your expectations actually shape what others are doing and saying. We subtly tune into the expectations of others. We can sense whether they are going to be easy or difficult, open or self involved, friendly or aloof. Silent signals shape all encounters. As for situations that defy expectation, Usually, the expectation was false or a projection. We are covering up fear, apprehension, suspicion, or doubts. The surprise fulfills these more real but hidden expectations. It should be no surprise that all at once you are aware of feelings you have denied and pushed out of sight. Perception. Am I seeing the situation through tinted glasses? Here, the rule is seeing it so makes it so. We're talking about the subtlest level of experience because perception is creative. Our belief that we passively observe the world is mistaken. As neurologists are quick to point out, every quality in the world is created in the brain. Your visual cortex creates sunlight. By itself, the sun's radiation is a blank. It's just a band of frequencies in the electromagnetic field. With a different kind of brain, you might see the world lit up by magnetism or temperature or even gravity. Raw data must be translated into color, light, sound, texture, shapes, smells. Indeed, everything you can possibly perceive. Taken to its deepest spiritual conclusion, you are perceiving nothing but your creation. If that sounds unbelievable, reverse the proposition. Can you participate in anything you don't perceive? Neutrinos and gamma rays are passing through your body. Hormone level rises and falls. Your metabolism regulates itself according to how warm the room is and what you ate for breakfast. You aren't participating in these events because you can't perceive them. The spiritual aspect of this is that your soul perceives everything. Therefore, it participates in everything. There is no difference between regulating your liver enzymes and regulating the events that will happen to you today and the people you'll meet. At the soul level, perception creates everything. You may protest that you cannot possibly be the creator of a rock and its hardness, or a stranger on the bus and the words he will speak. Yet you control both in your dreams. Dreams are a domain of perception. They can have sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. But those sensations aren't separate from us. We are the source of our dreams and all that happens inside them. In the world's wisdom traditions, the same is true of reality out there. The same brain that creates every detail of the dream environment is responsible for every detail of the waking environment. If you don't feel ready to make this spiritual leap, there's no need to do so. Just keep testing whether or not the situation is you. The deeper you go, the more you will be convinced that it is.